Hey guys, whilst I've been talking, we've been going through the various upgrades so you can start to see all of the different effects that you get, and I really like the electric feel that you have in the actual gun, but it's very steampunky, right? It's very locomotive, it feels engineered, and of course you get a look at the kill animation with the finisher. And I did want to say real quick on the finisher, this is another really good one, and I think Valorant doesn't get quite enough appreciation with how good the kill finishers are in this game. I think this is highlighted the most in tournaments like Masters, where each of the different players seems to have a different skin, an Elder Flame, a Reaver, and you see all of these kill animation finishers coming out, and you really get to see just how unique they all are, but how you can clearly see which one's the Elder Flame, which one is for the Reaver, the Glitch Pop, the Prime Set, and this is another one that's added to that list. Another S tier animation that you can clearly see is for the MAGEPUNK set. Even if you know nothing about the guns, you can easily make that connection in your head. I really like the Ghost, but now let's move on to the Bucky, which I think wins the award for biggest glow up. I do think a lot of the Bucky skins across all of the different bundles do just look similar because the Bucky is a very hard weapon to work with, especially when it comes to supernatural elements like magic and the ethereal, all that jazz. And I think they've absolutely nailed the look on this. You still know that it's a Bucky. It does look a little bit shorter, to be honest, but you definitely know that this is a Bucky, right? But it's also the prettiest Bucky that we've ever got. So let's take a quick listen to it. There's less of an electric effect on this gun for the reasons that I mentioned, but you still know exactly what this skin is meant to be. Here's the base, the Marshall, I don't really use even the Frenzy on a regular basis. Now there's a lot of skins like that in the game, you know, even the Frenzy, the Ares, the Odin. There's always going to be guns in a bundle that you don't really get to use, but the an operator or a classic, you know, those very common guns that you see in the game. This was a big problem with skin sets like Sovereign very early days, but I think for this skin set, it doesn't really matter that there's not a major gun in here, because the problem with the Sovereign is, like I mentioned, it was early days. It was the second skins bundle that we ever got after the operators they go, negative to have something in that step below was talking Spectres, but new skin, beautiful. It sounds. Now that we move on to the knife, this is the only thing that I'm not super passionate about. Look at the second, but I feel like this is the part of the bundle that's the least unique, because not so much that we've seen this skin set a lot of times, but certainly with the equip animation, it's very similar to the Playzilla set that we got around Christmas. Obviously it's the same animation because the devs have said that there's various archetypes in how the knife animations work, so that's always going to be similar. But I think this is just personal preference. I'm the guy that likes the big axes, the big swords. So when I get a small knife like this, I'm personally never going to be really hyped. But again, really curious on what you guys think, because this is the only part of the bundle that I'm not super sold on. But even then, now that I've sort of showed off everything, we'll go through all of the skins again and then show off a bit of the concept art and some of the other stuff that was sent to us a little bit early. I think the question you should do you to really just really that were asked to Sean Marine designing MAGEPUNK, the short answer. Figure out exploration.
Was würde ich gerne, was das Coolste mit Skins? Was ist der beste Skin? Sky. Das Knife ist beste.
And typically you have a lot of oily brass, copper and gears everywhere. We've seen this a lot in games and other media and just didn't want to be another generic set to version everywhere. As a steampunk.
Die Schrotflinte, ey, das, oh komm. Das da auch. Wäre auch gerade jetzt hier entweder die Fall die AK halt wäre auch krass geil halt und mit AWP halt einfach. Ist doch nicht auch.
Exploration from a different tech was made of that aerial tech, so it would have that mildly dunes in the variants. The variants, as you've talked about, says an aerial match look people talk difficult to me at the same time.
Die Frage ist halt,
Be them
viel
personally, but let me know what you guys want and be sure to check out the YouTube video.
Paint, Alter. Paint ist. So, Paint, Alter. So, bam, bam. Ein guter alte Paint, Alter. So, wenn du jetzt nochmal hier halt. Hier. Wenn du das jetzt hier weglässt. Hier, ja. Ist jetzt hier genau so wie jetzt doch jetzt hier im Zweiten Weltkrieg die Amerikaner halt. So wie jetzt hier die Deutschen hier. Genau wie hier im Zweiten Weltkrieg die Deutschen, die Pistole halt. Genau das da halt. Oder? Ist das jetzt... Und das da... Warte, hier mit Sniper... Ist jetzt nicht fast die Russen im Zweiten Weltkrieg doch? Hier? So eine Art, oder? Warte, ich muss ganz kurz gucken. Ist genau irgendwie was... Und das jetzt hier? Genau irgendwie... Schau, es ist eigentlich auch was genau... Ja, ein bisschen, so ein bisschen umgehen, aber es ist genau fast gleich, Alter. Oder was gibt's? Warte. Das kann auch sein, ja. Dann danach hier. Ist genau fast so wie jetzt. Genau hier. Ist jetzt eigentlich fast. Fast das gleiche. Also fast. Ah, nee, hier genau, fast genau. Aber nee, das ist ein bisschen. Oder jetzt hier so ein Art. Nee, oder? Nee. Nee, das ist schon. Nee, das ist schon gut. Aber jetzt mal da jetzt hier mal gucken. Da. Genau. Genau hier, genau. Na gut, jetzt ein bisschen. Das ist eine. Fast das gleiche, oder? Fast, oder? Genau, jetzt hier diesen Kreis jetzt hier oben halt. Ja. Ja. Oder jetzt hier okay. Ja, da haben wir das doch jetzt hier die Leute, die keine Lust mehr heute, so eine Art halt. Oder jetzt nur, keine Ahnung. Ja, kann sein, dass jetzt hier da hinten immer so damals halt, keine Ahnung, was. Gott sei Dank, dass ich. Warte, erstmal was ist das? Warte. Gott sei Dank, dass ich nicht im Zweiten Weltkrieg geboren bin, Alter. Weil dann ist ganz weit weg, Alter. Was jetzt Infantiere? Infantiere. Die Fußtruppe. Die Fußtruppe. Will ich auch machen mit Photoshop jetzt ein bisschen was. Alter, das wär's, Alter. Nee, also schon krass jetzt hier. Ja.